For many years, Washington assumed that Latin America would remain under its political and military shadow. Yet, recent developments show that this belief is no longer certain. Countries once thought to be firmly within America's sphere are now opening their doors to distant powers. Among them, Iran stands out, reaching across the globe to deepen its influence in Venezuela. This partnership, rooted in shared defiance of U.S. pressure, has grown from quiet diplomacy into visible military cooperation, something that is raising new alarms in Washington and among U.S. allies. The collaboration has become especially clear through Venezuela's embrace of Iranian-made weapons. In mid-2023, Caracas staged a naval parade that featured fast attack boats supplied by Tehran, confirming earlier reports of direct arms transfers. Defense experts writing in Jane's Defense Weekly identified these vessels, known locally as the Pakin III, as copies of Iranian designs that were themselves adapted from older North Korean models. Despite their small size, the boats are fitted with missiles and built for speed, making them effective tools for unconventional naval warfare. Military analysts, quoted by The Guardian and Al Jazeera, explained that Iran has mastered the practice of reverse engineering foreign equipment into cheaper and more flexible systems. The boats shown in Venezuela are part of Iran's Zulfikar class, which can be armed with the Nasser-1 missile, Tehran's modified version of China's C-704. With a range of around 90 kilometers, this missile has already proven its effectiveness. In 2006, Hezbollah used a similar weapon to strike an Israeli warship off Lebanon's coast, causing heavy damage even against one of the region's most advanced navies. Although the U.S. Navy maintains far greater technological superiority, the danger comes from what American commanders call asymmetric tactics. Iran has long trained its forces in swarm-style attacks in the Persian Gulf, where dozens of armed boats move together to overwhelm larger vessels. The New York Times has reported that Pentagon officials worry Venezuela could adopt the same methods in the Caribbean. Such tactics, if deployed close to U.S. waters, would stretch American naval planning and force Washington to dedicate more ships and resources to its southern maritime front. Beyond the battlefield, the symbolism of these weapons is equally important. By displaying Iranian hardware, Venezuela is signaling that it will not yield to sanctions or isolation. Caracas already flies Russian-made Su-30 fighter jets, equipped with advanced Kh-31 missiles, which many experts regard as more sophisticated than Iranian arms. Yet, by also working with Tehran, Venezuela places itself within a broader coalition of states that openly challenge American dominance. For Iran, the strategy carries clear purpose. Foreign Policy magazine has observed that Tehran views Latin America as part of its global campaign to undermine U.S. power. By backing Venezuela, Iran gains a foothold in the Western Hemisphere, something unthinkable only a generation ago. This is not just about sending boats or missiles. It is about exporting a political message of resistance and showing that U.S. sanctions cannot completely cut Iran off from the world. One of the boldest demonstrations of this partnership came in 2021. Two Iranian naval ships, the Sahand and the Makran, sailed thousands of miles around Africa's Cape of Good Hope before crossing the Atlantic and arriving in Venezuela. BBC and Reuters covered the mission as a turning point, showing that Iran could project its presence far beyond the Middle East despite sanctions. The ships delivered fast attack craft to Caracas, shocking defense officials who had not expected Tehran to sustain such long-distance operations. Since then, U.S. Southern Command has quietly stepped up patrols in the Caribbean. Officially, these missions are framed as anti-narcotics campaigns, but reporting by Politico revealed that American forces are also preparing to counter possible foreign threats in the region. Senior U.S. officials have said Iran's activities are no longer just symbolic gestures. They could represent the early stages of a sustained strategic challenge near American shores. Shared struggles against sanctions have further drawn Caracas and Tehran closer.